Now to another top story. A federal judge in New Orleans is deciding whether to halt FEMA's new system of calculating flood insurance premiums. Well, today he listened to testimony and arguments in a lawsuit that claims risk rating 2.0 is unlawful and should be scrapped. Paul Murphy reports the hearing is coming as national flood insurance premiums skyrocket.
Parish leaders from across South Louisiana filed into the federal courthouse in downtown New Orleans. Thursday, Judge Darrel Papillion took up oral arguments and testimony in a multi-state, multi-parish lawsuit against the federal government. The suit seeks to block sharp increases in national flood insurance rates under FEMA's new risk rating 2.0. Lafourche President Archie Chesson said the cost of coverage has jumped from $500 to $5,000 in his parish.
You throw that on top of a hurricane-battered community where we're already facing high wind and hail insurance costs and everything else we're dealing with. It just really is tough, especially in somewhat of a sluggish economy.
There were two motions before the court, whether to dismiss the lawsuit altogether or to stop FEMA from using risk rating 2.0 while the lawsuit plays out.
Joseph, are you guys allowed to talk to us, the media?
Attorneys for FEMA argued the new rating system is an update that more accurately sets premiums to meet potential flood losses. And if set aside, policyholders in North Louisiana would go back to unfairly subsidizing policyholders in South Louisiana. St. Charles President Matt Jewell testified the new modeling does not take into account the billions of dollars in flood mitigation measures taken by local governments and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
St. Charles Parish is safer than we've ever been in the history of our parish, yet our premiums are rising drastically under this new program.
In her closing, State Solicitor General Liz Murrow, who is running for Attorney General, called the new modeling a slow-moving storm, catastrophic in its own right.
FEMA wants to characterize this as nothing to see here, nothing more than tweaking our rates. In fact, it's much more than that, and it has far greater consequences than that.
After about a 6-hour hearing, Judge Papillion said these are important issues of great concern that affect the lives and property of many citizens. He now intends to take the oral arguments, testimony, and pleadings under advisement and come back with an opinion at a later date. At the federal courthouse in downtown New Orleans, Paul Murphy, Eyewitness News.
Well, FEMA's attorneys declined our request to be interviewed for this story. We'll have continuing coverage of how this plays out as Louisiana residents search for affordable insurance options.